Don't these look delicious? Don't you want to just sit down here with me and eat these? Well, if you follow my directions and maybe even the recipe, you too can be eating these delicious ribs in about 5 hours. This is today on Meat Sweats. It's important to practice good, safe food handling. So I have this sink cleaned out and I'm just cleaning off these ribs just to get all the nastiness from the package out. What I'm going to end up doing next is on every rib, or most every rib, there's a membrane here on the back. And what I want to do is I just want to peel that off so that's not part of the cooking. Alright, so it's pretty easy. You just grab a hold of that back membrane and you just take it slow so it doesn't rip, but you're just taking it all the way down. Alright, so now we are ready to prep this for the smoke. Alright, so now we are going to use just some simple Weber's dry rub. This is a savory mix, but first I'm going to put a binder on here and we just use good old yellow mustard. This part gets a little nasty, but it's going to be okay. Alright, so once we have the mustard on here, we are going to use the dry rub and sprinkle it on. Now to put on our dry rub, I will say, even though I put all this mustard on over here, if you don't like mustard or the taste of mustard, you actually don't taste any of this. It just is there to hold on the dry rub. So I'm going to put a generous amount on. I like to turn it and get it on the sides. Even a little bit on the back here, just for added flavor. But I want to make sure the top here gets the most. Alright, now we turn this on. We're going to turn this to temperature. I'm just going to put it at 275. Our timer, we're just going to set this for a generic 24 hours just to get it going. And now it's going to heat up. And once it reaches the temperature, we will put in the ribs. Alright, since we have a hickory rub, we're going to use a hickory wood. And so the temperature on the smoker is getting above the 200 degree mark. I'm going to go turn it down to 225 because that's the temperature we want to cook. I was just trying to get it heated up pretty quick. I'm going to go put these in. I've already got the water in, and then we're almost ready to put those ribs in. So I tend to use tin foil just so I don't make a mess. But after I get this set up, I'm going to let it rest on the counter for 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to stick it right in the smoker. Right here I have it set up to go on the rack. We're going to be nice and ready. In they go into the smoker. We'll see you in an hour just to check up on you. Because we use the tin foil, our cleanup is just that easy. A little rinse out of the sink and we're done. Alright, so these ribs have been cooking for about an hour, and I've got some apple juice concentrate here that I'm going to spray them down. That just provides the added moisture we need to make sure they are juicy and delicious. Alright, so I've been spraying this every hour. I've added smoke a few times. There's some wood for smoke. Now I'm going to put a probe in. I want to make sure I don't hit a bone. I just want to put it into the meat, the thickest part here, because I want to get the temperature. I want this cooking till about 195 internal temperature. Right now I'm at 101. Yeah, it's going to go up a little bit here. I've set an alarm for myself, so when this hits 195, I'm probably going to wrap it in some tin foil and let it rest for a little while, but we got a little ways to go. All right, so we cooked this for about 5 hours. Now I'm gonna let it rest for like 30 minutes. We reached an internal temperature of 200 degrees, and that's exactly what I like. So I'm actually gonna put this in a cooler, let it rest, and then we'll try it out. And now for the moment of truth. Time to cut these delightful ribs. Doesn't that look delicious? Now for the moment of truth. Let's bite into this and see how it tastes. Delicious. Another Meat Sweats victory.